JavaScript is a web scripting language, and its superset TypeScript is a strongly typed language. It needs to be compiled and converted into JavaScript language, and then executed in the browser, Node.js server, and etc. So is TypeScript worth learning and using? Then we open npm trends and look at the changes in downloads of three JavaScript-based programming languages in the last 5 years, and we can see that TypeScript continues to accelerate to growth. And the same is the challenger of JavaScript, CoffeeScript, PureScript can't do it. Here's a report on the front end of 2020, which is about the use of TypeScript. Last year, more than three-quarters of developers use TypeScript, and more than half of the developers prefer TypeScript, and only a small part of them prefer JavaScript. So why does it receive so many front-end engineers like if there is more compilation steps? Let's compare the two languages in detail. JS is a scripting language developed in 1995 by Brandon Ike of Netscape, and TS was developed and designed in 2012 by Anders Hagelsberg of Microsoft. JS is a language implementation of ECMA. TS is a superset of JS. JS is interpreted, and TS is compiled. JS is dynamically weakly typed language, and TS is a statically strongly typed language. The advantage of JS is that it requires almost no preparation. It can be written directly as a start.js file or embedded in HTML. It can be run directly in the browser, and TS is easier to debug and safer to develop. Their strengths are their weaknesses. JS is not easy to debug. TS need to be compiled and then run after every modification, which is more troublesome. The support status of JS in different versions of browser is inconsistent. While TS supports new functions, the converted JS even supports the ES3 standard, which is very old browser. In general, JS is suitable for small projects and rapid prototype development. The TS is suitable for modern large-scale projects. Unlike CoffeeScript and PureScript, TS itself is basically the same as JS, except for more types. So if you are familiar with JS, using TS is a familiarity. TypeScript is a constraint on the softness of JavaScript. For example, if you cannot determine the type of a variable, use the any type. At this time, it is exactly the same as JS. If it can only be a string or a string array, then union is used to combine string and string array. If it is determined to be a tuple, then directly specify the two tuple. Therefore, the strong type constraint of TS can have a free choice from weak to strong. The learning and use curve will be much smoother than any stronger type languages. In addition, in many cases, some compilers can infer from assignments. Like just now, the type annotations can be omitted. Place the mouse on the variable and you can see the automatically inferred type. TS is a statically typed language. When a variable is created, the type will be determined. For example, I create a function to sum arrays and a type specification to the function input, and only C can pass through the three variables A, B, and C. With the support of powerful editors such as VS Code, when writing code, the editor will forcefully check for errors. It's just that sometimes if you haven't written it completely, such as the written value, an error will be prompted first. After writing the code, after compiling it into JavaScript with TAC, source map can also attach so that the errors prompted by the code can correspond to the source code of TypeScript, which is convenient for debugging. For third-party packages, a declaration file is required, which is package name.d.ts. When installing the package, add type/package name. Generally, developers submit to the definitely typed project. Just download it together with the package itself.